moving forward for the parents? What advice do you have for them?
What I think the big thing that most parents don't kind of get their heads around at first, because they get blindsided by what I call the emotional roller coaster. And there are 9 specific things that we all experience, but it's very related to alienation. So there's grief, because we don't have the kids in our life. There is guilt, because we always beat ourselves up for not having done enough. There's shame, which is particularly powerful for women, because the people around them are very critical about the fact that the kids are not with them and they're with the dad. So the women get super beaten up by that.
Makes
Then
sense.
there's powerlessness, because we feel that whatever we do is wrong, everything is used against us, which leads into injustice. So it's like, how can everybody be getting away with this, and the legal system doesn't support me and nobody's supporting me, which all leads on to isolation, because we're the only people, in our view, we're the only people going through this, and nobody else we know typically is able to talk about our experience and give us advice
Right.
that's helpful, because they all see it through the normal lens of, oh, it's just a kid being difficult, go and reprimand them, or give them give them stronger boundaries. That's the problem. It's like, no, but stronger boundaries will estrange your child. We also get anger, we get anxiety, we get fear. And what happens is that the alienator creates that conversation within us, because they basically place all those emotional pressures on us. And this is where it gets crazy. We then start self-perpetuating that. So they put us on that roller coaster ride, and we, unless we do something about it, we will stay there for years. I've met some parents who've been on that ride for like 20 years, just going around and around and around and around. And part of it is a permission thing, and part of it is just recognizing that you're just looping. And you have to unpick what is in that kind of emotional roller coaster for you. So I'll pick a couple of examples. One is your parenting expectations. So when you had, or even before you had kids, you look at your own parenting experience and you say, what was good? I'll repeat that because that was good. And you say, what was bad? And then you say, I'm going to make sure that never happens to my kids. So even before your kids are, a few years old, you already have this mapped out journey for what it was going to be like, going to their graduations and seeing them being
Right.
adults, sorts of people they might be. So you create this blueprint, and then you go through alienation. And what happens is that the blueprint you have in your head is now very different to the experience that you expected to have with your child. So the things that you thought were bad in your childhood, for instance, which you wanted to correct in your child's childhood, which isn't now happening. So you feel a lot of pain because
Gotcha.
they're now going through a negative experience. So you feel pain because they're going through it. Then you feel pain at a different level because you failed as a parent, because it's not meeting your blueprint. And then you feel pain at a third level because it reminds you of what you went through as a kid. So that's just one example. And then we have all of these insecurities and vulnerabilities that we brought in. So a lot of us are empaths, which is why we ended up marrying narcissists, sociopaths, whatever, these alienators. And being empaths, a lot of us, we